Stars and Strikes, Dick Lutz and Mike Moran.
Hi again, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Candlepin Stars and Strikes from Leda Lanes in Nashua. I'm Dick Lutz with Mike Moran, and we have climbed the ladder all the way to the top. It's our championship match of our third series, and Michael, it's been number 5 seed Mike Moran climbing the ladder all the way to the top to meet his brother for the championship.
Well, and Mike Morgan had quite a bit of work to do to get to the top, featuring his older brother Tom. It was Brian Uphold last week, losing by 10 to Mike Morgan. The week before, Glenn LeBlanc, losing by about 30 or so. And Bruce Young, the first week of the series, losing by about 60 pins. So he's had some rather extensive matches and a long way to get to the top, but I guarantee one thing, it will be a fun time today.
Let's meet the Morgan brothers, who will be meeting for the championship and a place in our Tournament of Champions. First, number 5 seed, Mike Morgan from Lynn.
Mike Morgan comes in with a 126 average. His high single is 193, a high triple 474. His home bowling center on the North Shore is Metro Bowl in Peabody, Mass.
And leading the cheers for Mike through the first 3 matches of our stepladder series was his brother Tom, who also happens to be the top seed, and he'll be meeting Mike for the championship here this afternoon at Leda Lanes.
And their stats are actually fairly close. Tom Morgan's high single is 129. I'm sorry, his average is 129. High single is 192. Sorry about that, Tom. His high triple is 490. We'll get all the stats scored away here as we roll on this afternoon.
It's the Morgan brothers, Mike and Tom, meeting for the championship as Candlepin Stars and Strikes continues from Leda Lanes in Nashua. We'll be set to go in a moment. That's how it began, with those 5 bowlers competing for the opportunity to be here this afternoon for the championship match, and it's been the 5th seed Mike Morgan climbing the ladder all the way to the top, beating Bruce Young, then Glenn LeBlanc, then Brian Uphold, and it sets up the championship match with brother Tom, and we're ready to go at Leda Lanes in Nashua. The winner gets $1,000, the loser $500. More importantly, the winner gets a berth in our Tournament of Champions at the end of the season. This should be fun.
Bragging rights in the Morgan family, yeah, which I think is more important than the money here.
There will be one voice missing from the rooting section for Mike Morgan that we have heard the last 3 weeks.
It's funny you should mention that. I spoke to Mike just before the match, and he said the last time they were on TV 50, they took it, he said, way too seriously. He said they're going to have a lot of fun with it today, and it's going to look a lot friendlier than probably it may have in the past times.
It'll look friendly on TV, and then they'll go home and beat each other up. 9 bucks to start out from Mike Morgan.
We apologize in advance for all the times that we're probably going to refer to the wrong brother, but you'll know who we mean. It's easy to do. But I don't know if you can sense it watching at home, but the crowd is very loose. These guys are great at working the gallery here at Leda Lanes.
And they have been during the time between the last match and this match as we tape at Leda Lanes. And there's a genuine affection between the brothers that is certainly apparent.
Well, let's face it, Tom Morgan has never beaten his brother in head-to-head competition in the other 2 appearances on TV 50, so there's a little at stake besides the other things we've just mentioned.
Mike starts out with a 17, a couple of open frames, and now our first look in this series at Tom Morgan. We saw a lot of Tom in the last series.
Yeah, you're right. We saw him for 3 weeks. He eventually lost to Joe Ashline by 20 pins a month ago in the second stepladder final series.
Both brothers work at General Electric in Lynn. Mike prepares engines for assembly. Tom is a machinist. Tom is 43. Mike is 41.
And half of the North Shore is here at Leda Lanes with us today for this match. Lynn versus Revilla. Yeah, the 4 horsemen left side and the 6-10 stand after 2 shots.
You may recall during our last series when we were talking about Tom, right through the hole. A 4-box for Tom. We talked about Tom's knee problems with surgery having been scheduled and then postponed.
Yeah, he was going to have it, I think, sometime this month, but opted, because the bowling's been going so well, to give it another couple months and then reevaluate it with his doctor at that time.
Mike Morgan gets the first mark.
And he gets applause from Brother Tom.
Talking with Mike Morgan about Brother Tom's knee ailments, Mike said, if it helps you bowl that way with a bum knee like that, take a hammer to my knee. In the pocket again.
Flirting with a 2-bagger didn't happen. 5-pin stands, working on a strike.
The spare goes inside the strike from Mike Morgan, putting pressure on Brother Tom right off the bat. Tom struggled through the first 2 boxes. With only 13 pins to show.
Lucky to take the 10-pin out, avoiding the split, leaving the 4 and the 7, and some wood right in front.
Tom won the roll-off with a 661. Mike Morgan finished 5th in the roll-off with a 616. But Mike has reached the championship match the hard way as the 5th seed, beating numbers 4, 3, and 2. Bruce Young, Glenn LeBlanc, and Brian Uphold to get to this spot.
And last week's match, very, very close. A double strike in the 10th frame is what put it away for Mike Morgan, sending him into today's match with Brother Tom.
$10 for Tom Morgan, 37 through 4. Mike Morgan has 47 through 4 plus a ball. The crowds have been terrific through this stepladder series at Leda Lanes. And as I mentioned last week, management here, Ray Simino and Sean Howard, are taking steps to make it even more comfortable for future taping sessions. For the Candlepin bowling fans, they're going to install elevated spectator area so that you won't have trouble looking over the heads of the people in front of you. 9 box. And the crowds have been enthusiastic. They've been into it. They've been fun. They've been having fun.
And they've been entertained by the Morgan brothers. I mean, you know, you don't get to see a lot of what happens in between the matches during the commercial breaks, but these guys are a ride. It's like tag team comedy out there on the lanes. That's why it's worth coming down and watching, you know, the whole experience, not just what you see on TV, but watching what happens in between. It's fun to watch.
And during the course of the match that you're watching this afternoon, you will see on the bottom of your screen the date of our next taping. Another spare for Mike Morgan, his 3rd mark in the game. 72 plus a ball through 6 frames. Now Tom Morgan, in danger of falling into a hole, needs to mark. A high single of 192, as you see. That's a pretty fair response. The triple strike carryover jackpot is at $725, in case you're thinking ahead. Tom threw it past the head pin.
And lucky for him, it's just the first ball in the fill. You take the second, of course, scoring the strike just 4 pins down.
Makeable shot with the wood. No, he didn't get the head pin.
All right, come on, grab the sticks, come on.
64 through 6. Brother Mike has 72 plus a ball through 6. So an 8-pin lead plus whatever he gets on this first ball for Mike Morgan. I asked before the match if there were any other brothers and sisters at home, and there are 2 sisters. I imagine they might have had a difficult time getting a word in edgewise with these 2 guys around.
Very, very funny guys. Very personable. And they love the people. They love visiting with the fans and come to watch them and sign autographs.
Then again, if the sisters are like the brothers, maybe the brothers had a tough time getting a word in edgewise.
We'll never know.
Looking for some bonus money here. No bonus money last week in our match with Mike Morgan and Brian Uphold. Missed it.
And no bonus money so far today.
Get that stick, buddy. Come on, get that stick up there. No ching there. You know money. All right, come on.
110 through 8. Tom Morgan is about a mark down. If he can mark in either of these 2 frames, could make it very close. Right through the head pin, breaking up the spread eagle.
Just chopping them one at a time. A tough way to go.
29-pin lead, box to box for brother Mike over Tom Morgan.
Three, 6, and the 10. Wood dangling off into the right channel.
The lead remains 29 for Mike Morgan over Tom Morgan.
Mike has had the hot hand the last 3 weeks, but each week his scores have come down just a bit, Dick. 405 to 397 to 369.
Right in the pocket. Knew he had a good one. 7-pin remains.
Tom tells me that brother Mike is a fine shortstop on the diamond. Says that Mike was the family member, the gifted athletic ability. Tom always had to work for whatever he achieved, and Mike was very much a natural.
Another 10 box, 120.
That from a doting older brother, I guess. No, that was not a mercy miss on that last shot. Some of the crowd is buzzing about that.
Another solid pocket shot.
5, 8, and 9.
Well, if he doesn't mark here, he'd leave the door open a little bit for Tom. And he missed it. Well, the door is open for Tom to make it close with 1 mark, and very close if he should double. 129 first string for Mike Morgan.
Here's his chance to pull it up a little more closely. Making the crowd very happy. This is what they want to see, is a good close match with the brothers.
Well, it's going to be close now with that mark, that strike guaranteeing it.
He's had a rough time today 3 marks, and each of the first succeeding balls following those marks have gone to the left, missing the head pin each of the 3 times. This time around, it's the 4 horsemen right side.
He's got it.
Well, he can pull it within 8 pins if he gets a strike.
Watch it again. Played it perfectly. The 1-3 pocket. 4 horsemen go down, looking for bonus money and to make the match close. Six on it and a 117 and a 12-pin difference between the brothers. After 1, it's Mike Morgan 129, Tom Morgan 117 in the championship match. Candlepin Stars and Strikes continues on WNDS TV 50. After every match on Candlepin Stars and Strikes, we have our bonus ball contest, and we'd like you to participate by sending your postcard with your name, address, and the number 1 through 10 to Leda Lanes, 340 Amherst Street, Nashville, 03063. After our match, the winning bowler will roll a ball, and however many pins he knocks down, we'll draw a postcard, and if the number on that postcard is a match, you will be the winner. So send your postcard, again, with your name, address, and the number 1 through 10 to Leda Lanes, 340 Amherst Street, Nashville, 03063, and participate in the bonus ball contest on Candlepin Stars and Strikes. Ready for game number 2 with Tom Morgan trailing brother Mike by 12 pins, 129 to 117 in our championship match. Tom's first ball with a 5-pin drop. If you would like to take a shot at appearing on Candlepin Stars and Strikes, the first thing to do is to participate in one of the roll-offs at Leda Lanes and find out more about that by calling Leda Lanes. Talk to Ray Simino or Sean Howard or any of the staff people here at Leda Lanes, and they'll give you the information. The phone number is 603-889-4884. 603-889-4884. Get the roll-off information. Roll-offs are ongoing. They've had great participation at the last couple of roll-offs at Leda Lanes. Some fine bowling. And if you're up to it, why not give it a shot? 603-889-4884. Call right now. Tom Morgan gets a spare on top of a 10 box to start out the second string. Now, brother Mike. He had 35 participating of the roll-off.
Yeah, that's a real good turnout.
Roll-off.
It's a very good turnout. Easy to find right here in Nashua. Seven and the 9 with some wood still scrambling there on the plate. Stays in front of the 7. Would have been better to probably have gone back to the 9.
Leda Lanes, if you're coming on the Everett Turnpike, if you're coming north, you take exit 7W. If you're coming from the south, from the Manchester area, you take exit 8. And if you're looking for a landmark, it's right next door to the Kahala Chinese restaurant.
There we go. Very close first match, 12 pins, Mike Morgan, as Tom closed pretty strong after trailing by close to 30 for about half the match. He did tighten things up with a couple marks at the end.
Eight box from Mike Morgan, 18 through 2. Tom Morgan a chance to draw even.
A real treat to see both these fine bowlers on the same show together.
I suspect they're gathered around the TV watching this right now, don't you think?
I would imagine they are. A lot of hooting and hollering at the Morgan household this afternoon.
Well, it's been a real pleasure watching them perform.
Catch it! Oh, come on! Come back again. All right, come on, grab yourself.
Here comes that deadwood. It's not going to get it, though.
There you go. Come on, start it back up again now, King. Come on.
Now, this match is virtually even right now. A couple of pin differential.
Well, no great damage there, as Tom was not on a spare. So no damage as far as Phil goes, but not a fun shot to attempt. As you can see, he's still standing the 5, 6, 8, and 10.
7 bucks. They can be costly. Leaving 3 pins at a shot like that can come back to haunt you at the end.
Well, this is true. We consider that Tom had a 4 box early last game. And his brother Tom applauds. That was a fast strike.
No doubt about that one. Right in the pocket, and they're gone. He went Brooklyn that time and took 9. The 6 pin. We've completed 4 frames of the second string of our 3-game championship match with Mike Morgan and Tom Morgan battling it out for the championship on Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV 50. Tom Morgan ready to bowl as he trails his brother Mike in the championship match. At Leda Lanes, Tom right in the pocket. Leaves himself a pretty good spare opportunity. Dick Lutz with Mike Morin at Leda Lanes in Nashua. Happy to have you with us for this championship match on Candlepin Stars and Strikes. Well, he surrounded it and couldn't get it to go.
Nice look at the gallery that is assembled today once again for our broadcast. And a 10 box.
He played it just as I would have played it, and I probably would have missed it too.
There's a ready-to-go shot for him. 2-5 with lots of very helpful wood. Back to Mike Morgan, who now works on a 4th frame spare. Actually, a strike spare combination in the last 2 frames.
They both bowl out of the Metro Bowl in Peabody. Mike's been bowling 35 years. Tom's been bowling 35 years. Mike gets a 1, a quarter Worcester to fill the spare.
Wow, then the half Worcester on the right side, picking 3 pins in his first 2 balls in the 5th frame.
A 5 box. Yeah, pulls him back even in this game through 5 boxes with a 54 half, but brother Tom is working on a spare in the 6th. Mike had a 12-pin lead after the first game. Four horsemen stand on the left.
Find a way, bring it home. Come on.
Good by on the right side.
Missed by a long ways.
Well, the door's open now for Tom to get back into it.
Boy, is it.
9 box.
Kind of surprising. We really haven't seen a flurry of marks. It's just been a lot of back and forth. Nobody taking real charge. And I don't think it's brotherly respect either.
7-10 stand. How's that for a spare?
That was a beauty.
Watch this one again. Perfectly done for Tom Morgan. Now a chance for some bonus money and a chance to take the lead in the match.
Looks like he may have hurried that shot.
Four horsemen left side. Missed the head pin.
Come on, grab that 10. Come on.
$10 for Tom Morgan. 98 through 8.
But he's got the lead for the first time in a while.
Mike Morgan will need a mark to take the lead back. Continues to chop.
Come on now, Mikey. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Be aggressive. Come on now. There you go.
That's a terrific shot, and he almost made a spare.
10. Come on. There you go.
$10.
Hey, come on. Have one here now. Come on.
3-pin lead in the match for Tom Morgan now. Box to box. He was a little full on the head pin, but he got a break and a pretty decent lead.
3 and 6 with no wood to worry about.
Missed the front pin.
Come on, grab that stick. Come on.
So Tom Morgan will have the lead going into the final 2 boxes of the second string. A 3-pin lead for Tom Morgan as he leads this string by 15.
Tom Morgan has never beaten his brother in head-to-head competition on TV 50, the other 2 occasions.
Come on, mix it up.
1 and the 2.
Yeah, that's right. There you go, T. There you go. Come on now, load it up now.
4th mark in the game for Tom Morgan. Like brother, like brother. $118 second string for Tom Morgan. $235 for 2.
Mike Morgan without a spare since the 4th frame.
There you go, Mikey. That's it, Mikey. There you go. Throw the double now. Come
That
on now.
strike should just about give him the lead back. Crossing over to the Brooklyn side and getting good action on the pins.
There you go. Come on, Mikey. Come on. Sure did.
He has the lead back by a couple.
All right.
Too far to the left, the 2, 4, and the 6. End up with about a 110 game.
And it'll be a 109 for Tom Morgan. A 9-pin win in the game for brother Tom over Mike Morgan. And that means it's a 3-pin lead in the match, or check it, a 4-pin lead in the match now for Mike Morgan over Tom Morgan as we head to the 3rd and final game. of our Candlepin Stars and Strikes competition at Lido Lanes in Nashville. We'll be back for that finale right after this. Only 4 pins separate the brothers Mike and Tom Morgan as we head into the final string of our championship match on our 3rd stepladder series on Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV 50. 239 for Mike Morgan, 235 for Tom Morgan, and Mike Morgan is first to bowl in game 3.
Cutting that margin of lead by his younger brother down to 4 pins. 139 in the 10. Fairly routine shot. Some wood to help out if needed.
129 in the first game for Mike Morgan, 110 in the second. That's a spare to start out the 3rd. Tom Morgan consistent, 117 first game, 118 second game, as you look at Mike Morgan's spare to open up the 3rd game.
$1,000 to our winning bowler today, $500 to the runner-up. We've almost kind of overlooked that in the angle that it's brother versus brother and family bragging rights and all that stuff.
Well, Tom Morgan starts out with a spare and then a strike and a chance for some bonus money next time he comes up to the line. Now Tom Morgan with the pressure squarely on his shoulders. Well, right on the head pin, but too full right through with the spread eagle.
Takes care of the right side. Now the 2-4-7 remain for a 10.
9 balks to start out for Tom.
He'll bowl opposite a strike from his brother Mike.
And he'll punch out a half Worcester. It's been somewhat contagious here this afternoon.
Yeah, a lot of that going around this time of year.
That is one terrific shot. When you get a half Worcester and you convert it, you have done something.
We don't see it that often. We see a lot of half Worcesters on this show, and I can't remember the last time anybody made one. I'm probably missing one somewhere, but at least the last several weeks nobody has.
Well, $50 in the bank for Mike Morgan.
And check the rolling total here on the triple strike jackpot.
$725. This is a $725 shot for Mike Morgan.
And this crowd is electric.
$725. Still in the bank.
But another $20 in additional bonus money to the first 50 he just earned if he can pick up the spare, which is the 6 and the 9. Well, he's threatening to run away with things here if Tom Morgan doesn't respond in kind with at least 2 marks to keep it anywhere close.
$70 in bonus money. And a terrific game going for Mike. Tom could not convert.
Very disappointing, the 8-pin stands out of that 4-pin combo. For a 10 box. All around
right
it.
over the top of it, too. Well, he's going to have to do the 7-10 again.
This is where you call Adam Vinatieri to put it up between the uprights.
Unless it's late in the game and you needed to put the game away. And he did it again. Four boxes complete third game. Mike Morgan with the lead over brother Tom. Don't go away. The finale is coming up on Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV 50. Mike Morgan has 4 marks in a row starting out the third game with $70 in bonus money already in the bank. Every additional mark worth $20. He had 2 strikes in a row and a chance at $725 and threw a pretty good ball and wound up with 8. That's another pretty good ball.
Nice fill. 86 through 4.
Gonna have 100 half.
Yes.
Well, he needed a spare for that to happen, and that's exactly what he did.
I knew he wasn't gonna miss. That's why I said that.
Might want to open your own 900 psychic line, Dick. You've been calling him pretty good here.
I'd consider giving you 30 minutes free.
Gee, thanks.
On the head pin. There they go. They continue to fall. 104 half.
Everything is going Mike Morgan's way this game.
And a chance at a spare here.
There it is.
Oh! Left it standing. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Here it goes.
What can you say? 6 marks in a row for Mike Morgan. And the crowd came to its feet with the delayed reaction of the falling 10-pin.
You didn't see it. It was off camera, but brother Tom just took a little bow to brother Mike. Tom with an 8-pin fill. He's got a pretty good half going, too. He's going to have a 70 half, give or take.
Which is normally going to be good enough to be leading the match or awfully close on most Sundays, but this is not most Sundays. It's Morgan versus Morgan.
Right in the pocket.
Now, this is not going to be a replay of the Mike Morgan shot. Sorry, Tom, not this time. 1 gift per family today.
Three marks in a row for Tom. $50 in the bank for Tom Morgan. As the Morgans are delighting the crowd here at Leda Lanes.
There's 10 marks out of 12 frames bowled this game between the two brothers. Mike Morgan clearly in command, however, at this point, with a mark in every frame. Well, there were times in the last several weeks, Dick, when there would be a split after that ball. Today, everything is falling for him. How are we doing on bonus money there?
7 marks in a row. That's 50, 70, 90, 110, 130.
130 this game.
This game.
Yeah. And I guess that's it, isn't it?
I think it is.
Yeah. And on his way to $1,000 if this pace continues.
He was right in the pocket, but a little bit thin. And the streak ends. Streak ends at 7. And he leaves a pin standing. 148 through 8 for Mike Morgan.
Well, it would take some bowling here for Tom to get ahead of Mike.
Come on, T.
He'd need to mark out the rest of the way practically.
And a couple of strike combos as well would not hurt.
Come on!
Yep.
Hit it! All right, all over it, T.
Pounding the head pin very nicely. With 3 spares in a row, this could be 4. There it is.
There you go, there you go. Come on now, run here now. Go to 10 ball right here. Come on.
That's more bonus money for Tom.
Yeah, it sure is. He's got 70 now.
Come on, Tommy, you
The
in there?
Morgans are breaking the bank.
To nobody's surprise. Just a little too thin,
Come on, grab the sticks, grab the sticks.
leaving the 6 and the 10.
There you go, there you go.
Well, I think safe to say Mike Morgan can pretty much put it away. Doesn't even really need to mark out.
37-pin lead in the match.
Mathematically, Tom is still in it, but only ever so slightly. And again, the bowling gods watching over Mike this game, breaking up every split that he almost had.
Yes, yes.
That's the 8th mark in 9 boxes for Mike Morgan.
And a really good shot at least a 180 game with another mark here, 180 plus.
A high of 193 coming in.
Look at that, nice lead again.
Well, our winner is Mike Morgan.
Yep.
It's just a matter of by how much.
Yeah, there you go, Mikey.
9 marks for Mike Morgan.
And a 186 possible.
10 on this one, then. Come on.
Going to put him into the 420s for a triple. Good time for that one.
181 for
And a
Mike
420.
Morgan. 420.
And a much-deserved round of applause from the gallery and his brother.
Wow.
Come on, T. Come on now. Come on now, find a way. Come on. Oh, good bid.
4-7 remains. Tom will once again take home the runner-up $500 check in our 2nd consecutive ladder series that he's appeared on.
So it'll be Mike Morgan, the winner of the championship match. And he'll advance to our Tournament of Champions as Tom finishes out the string here at Leda Lanes in Nashua. The brothers had a terrific match and a terrific rivalry, but it was a terrific 3rd string by Mike Morgan that really distanced him between he and his brother. Final
Nice bowling, brother.
And the
for
high fives. 135.
135.
And a 370.
370 for Tom Morgan, 420 for brother Mike. Mike, the winner, will come back to meet the bowlers at Leda Lanes in Nashua right after this. Welcome back to the Morgan Brothers show at Leda Lanes in Nashua. as brothers Tom and Mike Morgan gave us a great show for the championship match.
What I want to know is when you talk to the brothers here in a second, was it more the money or was it the family bragging rights? Because it was a great show. Everybody really enjoyed it. And you could see the affection, but you could see the competition at the same time. So I want to know, was it bragging rights or was it the money?
We'll put the question first to older brother Tom. Was it bragging rights?
I'm going to have to say it's the money. I lost. So the bragging rights to him, the money for me, and I have one thing to say. Hopefully we put people to sleep the first two strings. They didn't see the thrashing in the third.
Quite a third string. First of all, a $500 check as the runner-up. $70 in bonus money coming your way. And congratulations. And that was quite a string that little brother put on there in the third string.
Yeah, he told me he was tired. I wish I was tired. 181 when I'm just sitting over there clapping. It wasn't that much fun.
All right, we'll talk to Mike in just a minute. He's going to roll a bonus ball first. And we'll have the bonus ball competition here. A 7, and let's see, Mike Morin will pull the card out of the bin, and we'll see if we get a match. And it is. We dropped it there. We'll pick it up there. We can't handle the card. Here it is. It is Gladys Gustafson of Holden, Massachusetts, and she picked 8. So Gladys does not win. She's not a winner, but to Mike Morgan, a check for $1,000, $130 in bonus money coming, and a spot in the Tournament of Champions. What about that last game, 181? You were on fire.
Well, when strikes come, the game's easy. Like Tom said, I was tired, but I threw 2 strikes. You get 8 drops, you carry the extra pin. The game gets easy when the extra pin's going. Like you said, I wish we could have started a little earlier. And I think maybe we're too friendly to each other when we start, you know what I mean? But
now the question, was it the money or is it the bragging rights in the Morgan family?
I'll say the bragging rights. But he'll get another chance at me. He'll get me. He'll get me.
All right, the Morgan brothers put on a great show this afternoon, and Mike advances to the Tournament of Champions.
That's right, so we've got another couple ladder series to go. Next week, 5 new bowlers to tell you about for the brand new ladder series to see who will join the elite group of the 3 that we have already.
Congratulations to Mike Morgan, and for Mike Morin, I'm Dick Lutz. Thanks for watching Candlepin Stars and Strikes from Leda Lanes in Nashua on WNDS TV. We'll see you next week.